Hi everyone, welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Mr. Gaurav Jalan, the founder of Packman Packaging, one of the largest Indian packaging company. Hi Gaurav,
Hello,
welcome
everybody.
to ELI.
Uh, Thanks a lot, Priya. Thanks a lot. Thanks for
Uh,
having me here.
I would request you to introduce yourself to our audience, please.
So, like I've always been lived my life with the packaging background, and it's been like 20 years. I started in 2002 a packaging company called Packman Packaging,
Mhm.
and since then I have not seen myself mm, anything other than packaging. We are developing packaging for e-commerce industries, food industries, and almost every industry.
Okay,
And this is about me. Yes.
okay. In detail, can you tell us about Pac-Man? What all industries we cater to, what kind of packaging we cater to, and what is the scale of operation right now?
So while I was studying, this thing always came in my mind that packaging is something which is required in all kind of industries.
Hmm.
And uh, uh, you talk about food, you talk about computers, you talk about e-commerce. Every industry requires packaging. So it was always my vision to get into this industry because I thought that. There can never be less of demand in this industry, so
Hmm.
that is how I this idea came over, and then I started a very small company back in 2002
Mhm.
with a small loan for sure,
Okay.
and started making clients. And soon after 3-4 years, the e-commerce thing started coming in India. We were the first vendor of Flipkart back in 2006,
Okay.
and after that the business grew a lot. And after that, in 2010 with Snapdeal, 2011 with Amazon, 2015 with other e-commerce companies, and that's how we just grew. And our 50%, almost 50% of the sales goes into the e-commerce industries as of now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about the initial days of business? How did you find the first set of customers, and what sort of project did you get?
Okay. So since I knew that I had to go into packaging, so I did a diploma from Indian Institute of Packaging in Delhi itself, so that I had initial information and education about the packaging, and I knew what kind of machines I was requiring.
Mhm.
So I applied for a small loan of 33 lakhs from a bank, and
Okay.
fortunately I got that as well.
Mhm.
And those were semi-automatic machines,
Okay.
like not very advanced and not very manual. So that's
Okay.
how I started. Those were five machines, like a die cutting machine, a pasting machine, a corrugation machine, and that's how I started my journey.
Mhm.
And I started doing marketing on my foot. I
Okay.
started going to some industrial areas and started targeting some industries because I knew that in every industry they would be having requirement of packaging. There
Hmm.
were some failures, but soon I started getting results as well, because
Okay.
the more I was following up, the more I was trying to measure up the quality and prices, the more
Mhm.
positive results it started coming in.
Okay.
And within 1 year, I was sure that this is what I was going to do, and I was pretty sure about that.
Okay. Uh,
Yes.
when you compare the packaging industry back then and now, what sort of changes have you witnessed between 2002 and now in the packaging industry, especially in terms of the consumer good packaging, how it is changing, and what sort of trends do you foresee for the next few years?
Okay. So in 2002, it was a major price conscious market.
Okay.
Whenever we used to pitch, I used to pitch. The thing was always the best price, and India
Hmm.
was not ready for good packaging. It was ready for a economical packaging.
Okay.
So that was then back in 2002. But now in India, they know that they require good packaging for branding as well. People understand the value of branding,
Mm.
and branding would come with the good packaging. So now that's a major change I am seeing. Now they need luxury packaging. They know even if the product is mediocre. The packaging would boost it. So now they are focusing more with the packaging. In fact, I have also seen that some companies have come up with a separate packaging department in which they only talk about packaging. They plan their own packaging. So, oh yes, one more thing. Back then, we had to make graphic designing and stuff for companies, but now they have their own department for packaging because they understand the importance of packaging. So now they are giving us the artwork and the printing to be done.
Hmm.
So now we have more educated customers and more aware customers. So that's
Okay.
a big change I have been seeing. Yes.
Okay. And what are the
Yes.
trends do you see for next 5 to 10 years?
Next 5 to 10 years, I'm expecting a major growth in e-commerce for sure, and also people getting more and more aware about the packaging. Food packaging after post COVID-19, the food packaging is going to be a big hit in next 5 to 10 years because now people know understands the importance of hygiene and
Hmm.
health as well. So that is going to be a major change in the next 5 to 10 years, especially in food packaging.
Okay. Uh, can you share a few things about how you are witnessing the trend of connected packaging, and what are the different companies who are adopting to or should I say different industries who are adopting to connected packaging?
What do you mean by connected packaging?
So it means the use of QR codes inside packages,
Okay,
and consumers can scan, and then they start interacting with the brand through a packaging.
that's a very good question because it all started since last year itself. I was not seeing any kind of these kind of requirement till 2019 or before that. But now, since 1 year, I've been seeing that people are now getting this connection with the customer through barcodes and through QR codes and all those things. I will give you a very classic example.
Sure.
We are a biggest supplier for wires and cable industries in India, including
Okay.
Havels and Plaza Cables and all these companies. Now,
Okay.
these companies were offering coupons like the 5 rupee, 10 rupee, and 15 rupee coupon in their box, in their packaging,
Mm-hmm.
that they would offer to the dealers or the electrician. It was kind of motivation, a promotional activity in which an electrician, if he would buy a box from a specific brand, he
Mm-hmm.
would get a coupon of 15 rupees or 20 rupees and he would get it encashed using through a dealer or from whoever he has bought.
Mm-hmm.
But now those coupons are like a currency, so there was a lot of duplicacy going on with the coupons because people were making duplicate coupons, and that's how companies were making a lot of losses as well because
Okay.
they had to encash the duplicate coupons as well when they were not sure about the originality of the same. But now all these companies have come up. We have offered them the QR code thing. Now there is no coupon. As soon as an electrician or dealer buys something, this he just scans the QR code and whatever the reward is, 15 rupees, 20 rupees, that goes directly to the Paytm of the electrician. It's a win-win situation in which there is no chances of having any duplicacy or piracy, and electrician or the person, the end user, is getting the amount directly into the bank. And those QR code are unique codes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a very classic example of using this QR code at a right place. And technology will definitely take over packaging as you asked me.
Okay. Can you give us a, perspective on what is the current scale of operation at Packman in terms of how many packages do we process every day, or what is the number of clients we serve on a day-to-day basis?
Okay, so around 1 lakh boxes a day we are manufacturing as of now. This is our current manufacturing at the moment.
Mhm.
And previously, if I talk about 20 years back, it would be 2000 to 3000 boxes or packages.
Okay.
So this is the current status.
Okay.
And we are having the manufacturing capability of up to 1 lakh boxes a day.
Hmm. Okay. Uh, can you tell us about the different challenges that you have faced so far while building and growing this venture? Especially talk about those days where you kind of thought this was it, there was no way forward, but you still came out of it and uh, came out stronger.
The biggest challenge I faced in this industry is competition.
Okay.
Packaging is one of the unorganized industry in India. Even today, it is not a very organized industry, and even in the local market, there are so many people who are manufacturing packaging. Yes, it comes from the demand as well. When there is a greater demand, there is definitely requirement of greater supply as well. So the biggest challenge which I felt was always the price, because people would compare the price with the other vendors because there are so many,
Mhm.
thanks to the big manufacturing sector of our India, just second after China. So that's why this is the biggest challenge which I always faced regarding the prices. Also, it is because of a price conscious country. Uh,
Okay.
we always prefer to buy something which is cheaper. Yes.
Okay. Now that you have come so far, you are making 1 lakh packages per day. What is the vision
Mhm.
forward? What you want to become as a business in next 5 years or 10 years time frame?
Okay. So, if you remember, 10 or 12 years back, whenever we had to, somebody would have asked us, a company in spectacles or eyewear, we would always think about it and would always name a local shop. We never knew about any organized company in the eyewear sector. I'm
Mhm.
very inspired with the company called Lenskart. uh, Incidentally, there are our client as well. The company started in 2010, and we
Mhm.
started giving them packaging since day one. Now, when you talk about spectacles, you think of Lenskart because that is the only name which comes in your mind.
Mhm.
In the same way, packaging being unorganized sector in India, if you talk about packaging, there is not a single brand which comes on your mind. So coming back to your question, my only vision is making Pac-Man so powerful and so reachable to all the parts of each and every sector, each and every part of the country, that when people think of packaging, they should think of Pac-Man. That's how I'm trying to place my brand as well. And for that, we have come up with some franchisees. We are the only company in India which is offering franchisee all over India, and within 1 year, we are having four franchise in different parts of India, including Calcutta, Chennai, Tirupur, and Hyderabad.
Mhm.
So this is how I'm targeting all over India for the brand Pac-Man in the packaging sector. When people think about packaging, it should only be Pac-Man.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur, you are expected to stay energetic all the time, and entrepreneurship is such a energy drawing journey, uh, and it's a long journey as well. And uh, you'd agree with me that you have to stay energetic and consistent over time, because you have to drive yourself and you have to drive the business as well. But when you lose that focus, your business suffers. Can you tell us how do you manage situations where you become tired, restless, or you lose focus and you cannot drive yourself for a couple of days or probably hours?
Focus is the most important thing. If you have focus for 9 hours and not for maybe 5 minutes, maybe you take a wrong decision. So focus is the most important thing. Focus comes from energy,
Hmm.
and for that, the answer is 5 a.m. club. I have joined the 5 a.m. club. I wake up at 5, and I have found it to be a very useful trick to make myself energetic. I wake up at 5. I start exercising at 6. From between 6 to 8, I exercise, and after that, I have a healthy meal. I have short meals every 2 hours, not a big meal like 3 meals a day. No, I would prefer 6 to 7 small meals every 2 hours. And I take care of my nutrition as well, exercise as well, and sleeping pattern and a healthy lifestyle. I think that is the only way we all can keep ourselves healthy as well as energetic. And this is the only way. And I would recommend everybody to follow the same thing.
Okay. Uh, s- Speaking of time, how do you manage your time? How does a typical day's calendar look like for you?
Okay, so 5 a.m. I wake up, 6 I start exercising, 8 I finish exercising, 9 I am ready, 10 I am in office.
Okay.
From 10 to 7 p.m. I'm working.
Okay.
8 p.m. I reach my home. 8 to 10 p.m. I would be doing whatever I like, including my dinner, and then I sleep. This would be from Monday to Saturday. On Sunday, I'm on leave. I'm not working on Sunday. I won't be receiving any professional calls on Sunday, and that is like a recharge day for me, and
Mhm.
that's how it has been working. And I would also prefer to take at least 2 vacations in a year to recharge and regenerate myself. So that's how it has been happening, and I have been successful in this. Yes.
From 10 to 7, you said you work. So can you tell
Yes.
us a breakup of or maybe split of how do you distribute the time between different activities in work?
Yes. So the 1 hour would be email, because there are like so many emails coming in, and I have to focus on that.
Mhm.
Also, 3 times in a day, I would check up my WhatsApp. That is very important because it is coming to be a very important tool of instant communication. And so that takes another 1 hour. And apart from that, I would have some team meetings with my teammates, so to understand the issues and the policies which we have to plan, and if we are facing any issue with that, so that would be like another 1 hour.
Mhm.
And then I would be focusing on our systems, the technology and the machines that we are working on, like the ERP system and the latest technology we can focus on. So this is how there are 2 2 hours kind of things. So mostly I plan for 4 tasks multiply by 2 hours. That's how I plan my day.
Okay.
And
Can
I
you
prefer not, and also I would like to tell you, I prefer not to take calls during the day, because I believe that working is more important than taking calls that destroys the energy. I
Mhm.
would focus more on email and texting, because on emails and texting everything is written. I would
Mhm.
like to say whatever the things which are written are the only things which are done.
Mm.
So I would, I mean, I strongly believe in this, that instead of talking, writing is something which makes you more focused, and that gives you a better command over your work.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What did you say is the meaning of entrepreneurship for you? How would you define the term entrepreneur?
Entrepreneurship is not just a profile, it's not just a title, it's a responsibility. It's a responsibility to make a product a masterpiece. It's a responsibility of people who are working with you, because there are so many families attached to you. And because of your company or because of your vision, they are living their life. So that becomes a big responsibility. Also, I would like to say that saving the environment is also saving the planet Earth, and those kind of things are also should be taken care of. So since we are into packaging, my responsibility becomes more prominent in that. Since last 4 years, we have developed things like biodegradable bags.
Mm.
Those are the perfect replacement of plastic, and I'm trying my best to make packaging not even a better packaging, but also a responsible packaging.
Okay.
So yes, so briefing the entrepreneurship, I would say it's a big responsibility for product, for people, and also for the country you are living in. Yes.
Okay. Speaking of people, I think every entrepreneur's job, a big part of his job is to bring people on board. That we also may call as hiring. Can you tell us how do you recruit people? How do you bring people on board? Uh, uh, what kind of people do you see, uh, uh, or should I say, what traits do you see in people that may tells you that this is the right person for my venture?
That's a very good and very, very important question because I am nothing, nobody is nothing. It's only about the team. And choosing a wrong team is like drowning your ship in the sea. If you want to grow, you must have a good team. And I always hire only myself. I do not have a big HR team. If I have to make any hiring, I do it by myself. And I okay. And also about what kind of things I'm looking for. Number one is passion. I need to know that the person who is going to join my company or being going to be my teammate, he or she should like the nature of work.
Hmm.
He or she is made for this specific work, and he or she should be able to enjoy the work. That is my first question.
Okay.
The education comes second or maybe third. The first thing is passion and aggression. If the candidate is interested and is actually looking to make something big and having a great interest in that specific field, I'm 100% sure that I've got the uh, yes, I'm 100% sure that I've got my person, and this is what I focus on. Number one. Number two, I would prefer somebody who would not have to travel a lot of distance so
Hmm.
that he or she can also have a personal life of there as well. That is very important because if they are having a very good, happy personal life, then only they will be happy. They will be able to give their 100% to the company as well.
Hmm.
And thirdly comes the education, which I usually do not give much importance to because people and people's personality and people's preference makes the education itself.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is perhaps my final question to you. Tell us
Mhm.
about the lessons that you have learned as an entrepreneur, especially the interesting lessons that we can take away and apply to our ventures.
Okay. So the only lesson which I have learned in my entire career is be good and do good. If you are confident about your positivity and you're confident about you are doing only good things for your product and for your team and for your customers, I don't see any reason of getting any kind of failure. Second, yeah, one more thing I would like to add: hard work. There is absolutely no substitute to hard work. If you are working hard, there is no question about not getting the results. Results would take time, but if you are focused, hard work, doing hard work, then definitely you are going to get result sooner or later. Do not change the consistency and the speed of your journey. Just believe in yourself, and that is the only way you can reach where you want to reach.
Well, on this note, I think we have come to the end of the session. Thanks for
Mhm.
your time, Gaurav, and our best wishes for Packman.
Thanks a lot, Priya. Thanks a lot for your time as well.